actual setup, there is just a few things I need to talk about with you guys. Number one is actually how I got the money to buy some of this stuff. Now obviously a lot of it came from Christmases and birthdays because I'm still quite young, but the rest of it actually came from working a few jobs and actually getting revenue from YouTube, which I actually used to get new equipment like this microphone and that camera to improve the video quality and the viewing experience for you guys. And the second thing is pretty much I have a bedroom at my mum's and my dad's because they split up, so that means transferring my setup from house to house is really hard. So sometimes I can only take certain parts of it because obviously I can't really take an entire setup from house to house, which means it's not always like this. This is it on the prime, this is it where everything is all together. So something else you might be asking me is, why are you doing another setup tour? Because if you don't know already, I've already done one and it did get over 100,000 views. I'm not doing it to try and get more views, I'm not doing it to try and get more money, I'm actually doing it simply because it is my most requested video, and also because I don't know if you've seen my old setup tour, but it's absolutely garbage. It was one of the first videos I ever recorded and I definitely needed to do an update to it to show that I actually do know quite a bit about my setup. But that is pretty much everything I needed to say, so now we are going to get into the setup tour and I hope that you guys enjoy. So as you can see, here is where you enter and it is just a door pretty much. As you can see, we've got some stickers on there. These are just what I've acquired from different products, and some dressing gowns and a cap which I never wear, so I don't know why that's even there. So if I pretty much stand like what you do when you enter, you see two parts to the room. This part and this part. This is the part with the setup on it, and we are going to start with the more boring side, which is this side. So I'm not going to spend ages summing this up because it's not too special, but here we have a TV and some boxes up there, got some aftershave, and we have a ton of games and DVDs under there. Now I used to have a stand which went down there pretty much where I'd put all my games in, but that actually broke. So I am going to get a new one of them soon, but for now, they're just going to have to go under the TV. So here we have some different camera equipment on an old little chair, which really needs to get moved. But here we have my main camera stuff, which is for my DSLR camera, the 700D, which we'll get onto later. As you can see, we have the strap and a few other lens covers and stuff. So yeah, they're pretty much all the stuff I use for my 700D. Here we have my bed, which is a double bed. And funny story, this bed was already here when I moved into the house, because obviously this is my mum's house, and this was pretty much left here, so I thought, yay, I'll just use it, and it's a pretty nice bed. Down here we have an absolute ton of cables. These are mainly my camera chargers, but there is also a phone charger down there, and sometimes I charge my laptop down there. And here we have my speaker. Now this is a £40 speaker and is an absolute tank. I mean literally a tank. You could probably pick this thing up off eBay for about 20 quid used, and it is worth every penny. It's such a good speaker. It has an iPhone dock and it's just awesome. For 40 quid you really can't go wrong. And here we have some TV remotes, my phone, and some junk which is in these drawers. So what we're all going to do is move across now to this half of the room, and we're going to start with this sofa. Now you may ask, why the hell have you got a sofa in your room? If I'm honest with you guys, I don't really use it that much. This was actually here when we moved into the house, and because my mum actually brought over a sofa, this one was either going to get left, dumped or sold, and you couldn't get much money for it, so I said I'll have it in my room. And here we have a carrier case and some sweets because I'm pretty fat. Also, one thing to point out just before we move on is, just above my sofa we have this awesome bit of fan art which was actually made for me by a subscriber. There's a whole different video on this where I actually opened this, so if you want to watch it, the link will be in the description below. But now we are going to move on to the thing which you've probably all been waiting for, the setup. Bang. Now before we get into the actual desk, we are going to start with the chair. Now this is a GT Omega chair, but I've actually removed the cushions, which seems a bit weird because the cushions are kind of the only thing letting you know that it is a GT Omega. So I really need to go get them back on, which I'll probably do after this video, to be honest. Moving along, we have my two softbox lights. Currently, one of them is turned on, which is this one, and the other one isn't, which is right there. They're actually really awesome. They help you so much when recording videos. They're just awesome. I really do recommend them. So going close up to the desk here, the next thing to look at is my Audio AT2020 mic. Now I did used to have the Blue Yeti microphone, but it actually broke, so I had to get a new mic, and I thought I would try out the AT2020. I'm really happy with this mic. It is a very, very professional mic, and it just sounds very good. I also have this pop filter over it, which I got off eBay for £5, so it's a pretty good deal. On the desk we have my Corsair Gaming extended mouse mat, which pretty much covers the entire desk, and it does really make the setup a lot cleaner in my opinion. Here we have my main keyboard, which is just the standard Apple keyboard. Now it's wireless, it looks pretty sleek, I do like this keyboard, and to say I got it free with my Mac, I'll take it. Here we have a really awesome Logitech mouse. Now this thing is so comfortable to use, get your entire hand around it. It is just a really nice mouse, and I really do like it. I got it for about £40, again off eBay. I did get a lot of my stuff off eBay, but this is one of my favourite mouses I've ever used, if not my favourite altogether. So now we are going to talk about my 21.5 inch iMac. Now I know a lot of people don't like Macs, or just Apple in general, but I really do like them. I wouldn't say I'm an Apple fanboy, but I really do like Apple products, and this Mac just does everything that I want it to do so perfect. Editing is really easy, browsing the web is clean and fast, and it's just an awesome computer all round. So moving along now to my middle monitor. This is just a random 27-inch Samsung TV. Now this used to be my main TV when I used to live in my old house when my mum and dad were together, and this was just my main TV where I pretty much gamed on, and I did take it over to my mum's. It's a pretty decent TV, it's quite old, but I do actually have it hooked up to, as you can see, my Xbox One, which is just behind. So this is where I do most of my gaming. I do have Black Ops 3, as you can see, just sat on there, because Black Ops 3 and FIFA are my pretty much favourite games. They're both awesome games, and the Xbox One's alright, I guess. It's not the worst console, I do enjoy it, but sometimes it can get really annoying, and the Kinect was so overhyped. And moving along here, we have my final monitor, which is the BenQ monitor. This was actually my dad's, but he let me have it because he got a newer one, and it's alright, I guess. It does the job, it's fine for me. And if we move below the desk here, I have got my PC. Now you may be saying, why the hell have you got a PC if you already got a Mac? To be honest, I got this quite a while ago. It isn't the best PC, if I'm honest. In my last video, I said this run like a beast, but I was kind of telling a white lie, because it really doesn't. As soon as I got it, it did alright, but now it is full of viruses, it is really slow, and I am trying to sell it, but the problem is, it sells for pretty much nothing, because it isn't very good. And that isn't me trying to sound really ungrateful, it just genuinely isn't very good. It just can't barely run anything, and to be honest, it was a really bad purchase. So moving along here, we have my mini fridge. Now I got this for £65 off of eBay, which is actually a really good deal, because I actually looked at how much it is normally, and it was around £110. And in there, as you can see, I've got some Diet Coke, and just above that we have some mail from subscribers, a Dyson Airblade fan, which I again got off eBay, and I got it for about £75, and it's a really nice fan. And there, as you can see, we have two Xbox controllers, which are just charging. And here we have my 4 tubs of G Fuel. Now I really don't like mentioning this in videos, because everyone automatically assumes I'm a little phase wannabe, and I drink this to try and be better at quick scoping. However, that is not the case. I drink this because it helps me get up in the morning, it actually gives me energy, and it only has 25 calories and a lot less bad stuff in it than normal energy drinks, so that is why I drink it. And just above that we have my 2 headsets, which are mounted on the wall by these little headphone mounts, which I got off eBay for £4 for 2 of them. And yeah, pretty much I do use the Astro A40s as my main headset. This is a really old one, again from my old house, but I thought I'd bring it over rather than selling it, because I don't really know, I haven't used it in ages, I should probably just sell it. But the Astro A40s are such a good headset, I absolutely love them. And now, to conclude this setup video, we are going to talk about my camera. Now I use the Canon 700D. Now I got this not long ago, and it is such an amazing camera. I use it for all my face cams and all my videos, and it is such an amazing camera. The tripod I've attached to it is just this random one. It was really cheap, but the camera is incredible. And actually, we do have one more thing to talk about on this setup, and that is the LED lights. Now, how could I forget these bad boys? Let me just turn off the lights in the room so we can really see what an effect these do have. So all the lights are now turned off, as you can tell, and you can really get a glimpse for what these actually do. I got these for £10 off Amazon, and they are so useful. They make your setup pretty much to a different level. So as you can see, you can change the colour of these lights to pretty much everything. You've got blues, you've got greens, you've got purples, you've got reds, you've got pretty much everything. And something which is really cool is you do get other settings. And there's actually a setting on it called fade, which if you press it, pretty much fades between every colour on the actual remote, which is absolutely awesome. As you can see, it gently fades from all the colours, and it is so awesome when doing like videos and just making your setup look sick, because it looks pretty cool with those lights behind. Now I realise LEDs aren't for everyone, but I really like them. Right guys, so that is the end of the setup tour. If you've got any questions about some certain products or anything you just want to ask me about building a setup, I'm not an expert, but I will try my best to answer all your questions in the comment section below. As I said at the start of the video, I did work to get quite a lot of my stuff, and I also get a bit of revenue from YouTube, which I use to improve my setup pretty much. So if you have enjoyed, then please smash a like. I'm not trying to make myself look like I know everything about setups. I clearly don't. I've still got a lot to learn. I'm only doing this tour to show you what mine is at the moment, and if you know a lot about setups and you know a way I can improve my setup, then tell me in the comment section below, because I'll happily take a look. But that is about it for this video. As always, I've been Morgz. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.